Overall, we've got to be happy with we got a good point against an excellent team. As you've seen with some of the scores in this league the last couple of weeks, it's absolutely crazy, right? Today, Kansas City loses against Carolina, but on any given day, anything can happen. So that's why it's so important that we get a point whenever we can. Very different than last year. So this year, hey, we're striving to become one of the top 4 teams. And in a game like this, we defended very well in the first half. We conceded possession, and we were okay with that. But we knew there was going to be space in behind, and that's how we got the goal. We could have done a little bit of a better job of knowing when to go and when to keep it. Second half, once they scored the goal, then let's say, hey, let's go, let's open it up. And then it became probably an entertaining game for all the fans, which can be, fun if you get the win, but you kind of open yourself up. That was that's what we decided to do, and we almost got a goal there to win it. So overall, great performance from the team, and looking forward to our next game.
All right, we'll go ahead and open up to the room. Marissa?
How important was it for Rudy to get that first goal and just kind of get her confidence there?
It's massive for forwards to get their first goal. I think this is kind of just it's exactly what she needed, because she's been pushing for it, but we had some good conversations this week. She relaxed, and all of a sudden she got that opportunity and made it count, right? So now it's, I think more will come, and I'm really happy for her because she's put the time and work into it, and it pays off.
You know, Paula?
Paula Maruri, buenas noches. We were talking this week about having the right mentality to face Seattle tonight. What has been the key to have the right mentality and consistency? You were talking about the last 2 games. Thank you.
So the mentality, which was really interesting about this game, was really proud of the team, because the first half, you saw it was a completely different tactics than the second half, right? The first half, it was all about making it difficult for them to play through. Yes, we were going to concede possession, as I mentioned earlier. We were going to concede some of the crosses, but we handled that well. So the team took those tactics on, applied it, we were up 1-0. Unfortunately, we let a goal in a set piece, which now we'll have to go back and make sure we continue improving. But then in the second half, okay, we're at home, let's go get the win. And you can see how we played the way we enjoy playing, right? So there's a lot to be said for that, and that's a mentality that they're showing, because they can take the information on, apply it depending on what we want to do, and the fact that we were able to change from one half to the other drastically, and actually, I mean, I thought we deserved a point there at the end. We were on them quite a bit, but you know, they're an excellent team, and so much respect for that group. They're going to do really well this year, and we've been watching videos on them for quite some time, and we knew they were going to be a difficult opponent. That's why we defended the way we did in the first half. But credit to the team. Great mentality. Let's go get a win.
Last question in Spanish.
No.
Esta semana estábamos hablando del proceso de adaptar el equipo a las victorias, a las derrotas. Con estos 2 juegos esta semana, ¿cómo se ve la calma en el equipo que nos ayuda a construir la cultura y la identidad? Gracias.
So, es muy importante, porque ahora ganamos un juego la semana pasada. Esta semana empatamos, pero 1 punto, y no hemos perdido. Cuanto más juegos uno juega sin perder, eso es muy importante para los jugadores, y ahora se sienten bien. Sienten que podemos jugar contra cualquiera. Y de verdad eso los va a ayudar. 4 puntos en 2 juegos. Hey, perfecto. El año pasado no sé si tuvimos 4 puntos así hasta el fin de la temporada. Pero ahora es temprano y los puntos es muy importante. Gracias.
We're going to come here, and then Brian, and then Matt.
Coach, some say you maybe took like a little risk this year, maybe having like Jordan, like a young keeper in there. And tonight, she had a big save right before Racheal's goal. Tell me about what you saw in her, what you think, why you wanted to have her be there, and then how you think she's been growing so far as the season's gone on.
So I've said this in quite a few of the press conferences. When we brought her in, we knew she could be a number 1 in this league. Her athleticism, her work ethic, and she's got really good qualities that complements the way we want to play. So all season long, I've been telling her, hey, the best thing for a coach is to feel confident about their goalkeeper and your back line. And that's exactly how the team feels. They know that she's going to help us in every single way back there. And she's growing. I mean, this is now her sixth game? Thank you. Sixth game in the league. And yeah, it was, today we had her play even more with her feet. But that's the confidence that we have in her. Of course, she's going to make a mistake here and there. Who doesn't? But we just continue building on that, and I'm going to continue to asking her to play that way. And I think, actually, I know Jordan has a very bright future in this league.
Right?
So, kind of piggybacking on that a little bit, I had count of 6 plays that without Jordan's play today were, this isn't a result. But also too, the momentum that for that minute 0.2 seconds exactly from the time she makes that, dives in front of that ball, gets that ball out of there, gets it on Rudy's foot, and Rudy puts it in. It seemed like that momentum just was almost inevitable that something was going to happen at the other end, because Seattle just looked like, what the heck just happened?
Yeah.
How are we not up one?
Yeah, absolutely. And but that's what great goalkeepers do. They make the saves they're supposed to make saves. I mean, the good keepers make the saves they're supposed to. Great keepers make those challenging saves, and then great goalkeepers also help us win games. So she makes that save, she gets it, plays it out, and that's something that we're adding to our weapons a little bit. So we want to make sure we're unpredictable. With her range, sometimes we can play direct and look to get in behind much quicker than we were at other times. So a lot of credit to her. Whether she makes mistakes or not, she just bounces from it. And that's also important. Forwards, right? We always tell them, hey, short memory, you miss a goal, you got to move past it. Same thing for a goalkeeper. And she did that very well, which is also showing her growth in this game and with our team.
The second follow-up, just sort of follow-up. Rudy's defensive, commitment this game very noticeably, but all year has just been a major step up from what we saw last year. Yeah. And it just seems like game by game, she's like, oh no, I'm going to get out and get this one there. Yeah, are you encouraging that? Is she kind of doing that on her own, or is it a little of both?
No, we're encouraging her to do that. So this league, I believe it is the most competitive and difficult league in the world. Yes, you've got some great teams in Europe, but they've got maybe 2 or 3 top teams they have to play. In this league, you have to do the work if you want to get results, whether you're a forward or not. And you can't just sit up top and try to score goals. In a perfect world, forwards that's what they want to do. But you have to defend. And that's what the best forwards do, the Chawingas, the Bandas, the Trinity Rotmans, all those forwards, you'll see them play for 90 minutes in attack and defending. And that's what Rudy's doing, and it makes us better. So it's a must in this league.
Hi, Tamara Griffin with The Athletic. Albertin, you mentioned that this team has aspirations to break into the top 4. I look at those teams and I see a few consistencies, but one of them being the ability to score a lot of goals, as we've seen even in the past week. 4-0, 4-1 score lines. What do you think is accounting for where Bay is now, and where they probably are going to need to be in order to actually contend with those top 4 teams? Because it's one thing to be able to hold a lead, to have a shutout, but you have to be able to manage the other end too, right?
Absolutely, great question, because that's the most difficult thing to do in the game, right? So this last 2 weeks, 80% of our preparation has been in the attack, final third decision making. And we got into some really good spots here today, but it's just that final pass, the weight of the pass, the angle of the run, and that's going to take a little bit of time. And I keep saying this, when we get it right, we're going to get some goals because we're so close. But it's just the repetition, doing it over and over at practice, and that's what it is going to take. Us scoring goals. When we start scoring goals, because defensively, I think we can play with anyone in this league, and in the attack, it's scoring goals easier said than done, right? That's why the best forwards in the world get paid millions.
Back to Marissa.
Yeah, just kind of building on that too. You try and score. Osasat's come off the bench the past couple of games. What kind of are you looking for from her and her role and how she can contribute to this offense?
So it's just consistency for her in scoring goals, and she had probably one of her best. Actually, she had her best week of practice since she's been with us this week. Scoring goals, getting back into the rhythm, and what I also mentioned earlier is getting her defensive responsibilities right as well, okay? In this league, you have to, and that's something that we're working with her. So when she gets that and has the confidence in front of the goal to score goals and helps us defensively, and that's why with Caroline, she gives us something else defensively, right? And it's just more organized, especially that first half, how we decided to defend in a lower block, kind of a mid block, and hey, we're gonna open up. Let's go. Asisat can go in there and do things. So it depends on the tactics, but ultimately when we help her through this process of knowing how to defend and how to help us on that side of the field, then it's, and that's what, it's also where we're at this year is, I feel comfortable playing all 20 players, right? Only a few changes today, but they continue to prove that every single one of them can step on the field and have a positive impact for us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Parker College player, sports marketing coach. You guys dominated that final 10 minutes. Offensively, you could have had up to 2 goals there. Just like you mentioned earlier, you just missed them, right? So is it disappointing, even though you got a point, but maybe you could have had 3 tonight?
Yeah, it is. I'm not going to lie. We always want 3 points, especially when you were so close. And so disappointed that we didn't get the 3 goals, but proud for the team that we got a point on a difficult game, right? Last year, at this point of the season, we'd probably given that away. And now it's like, okay, hey, maybe it didn't go our way necessarily, but we got a point out of that, right? And we just continue staying with the rest of the group. And when we get it right, I think that's when you're going to see a lot of progress.
So how different, because you mentioned like last year, how different is it this year where it seems like from you on down, that when something happens where you take a lead and then you give it up and you're tied, it seems like this year you expect the result, some result, versus, oh, here we go again, which seemed to be kind of the unfortunate feeling last year.
Yeah, no, you're spot on. We don't even think that way of like, oh, here we go again. No, it's like, but it starts at practice. It starts how you carry yourself every single day when you walk into the locker room, right? After the Chicago loss, which was a really difficult loss for us, and poorly I thought we played, that next day, I mean, we were getting ready to play Carolina and traveling. They came in, and it's like, let's go. They're locked in, and they knew that it was just a matter of getting back on track, bringing out the right energy, getting the game plan, and executing. So we expect now to get a point against every single team. That's their mentality, and it takes time to do that. I mean, as an expansion team, not to make excuses, last year, you're still trying to figure out so many things, and now it's just like, this is what we expect. We know we can play with anyone. We have to respect everyone we play, because you can, I mean, yeah, this is such a challenging league to play in. But yeah, we're excited to play anyone we face. It's the right mentality.
All right, anybody else? Do we have a question on Zoom? Okay, we're gonna let Coach go. And
Thanks,
we'll be
everyone.
back.
Rachel, just how important was it for you to get that goal after not scoring it this year?
It was very important to build my confidence and everything, because, you know, as a striker, if you're not scoring, your confidence will always go down. But like, if you score or assist, like, it will help you even to build more confidence.
Brian?
So I don't know if you guys realize this, but minute point 2 seconds from the time that you stoned one of their forwards in front of the goal until you put it in the back of the net, hitting both sides of the goal and in. How much momentum did both of you feel in that moment? And I just got to say this: if that ain't save a week, I don't know what is.
Well, I appreciate that. I just think doing my job, helping the team in any way I can, and obviously what an incredible run by Rudy. We know she's had it in her, and can you hit it more perfect next time, please? Maybe hit another one?
Yeah.
No, it was just incredible, though. Feeding off that as well, I think that gave us, we put a lot of work in defensively, especially in that first half, and after that save, being able to go down against the run of play and get a goal was huge for us.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Rudy, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, after seeing that, I was just staring outside. I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh my God, we are down one now. After that mess up, I was like, we are down now. And when I saw her doing her job, I was just like motivated, and I came back so fast, just like to take the ball and like try to go forward. And when I got the chance, in my mind, I was only thinking one thing: is just to go behind the net. That's it.
Because it seemed like once you got the ball on your foot, you were already a full, half step ahead, and she was having to catch up from behind because they were ready to celebrate, to taking that step in, and they were like, oh man, wait, where's the ball? And now you have it, and it just seemed like there was such a momentum shift in that minute that all the AFC players were moving forward. All of their players seemed to be on the back foot, and how do you capture that and make it longer and then get more ahead?
I think that one, like, as soon as you are defending, you need to have that mentality as a striker. Like, I have to, like, when we steal the ball, I should be the way out, and we should take the ball forward, and that's how, when we get like sure chances to score, because I'm fast, I can run, I can use my body to shoot the ball, I'm strong, and like, that's the moment when I should use my strength and make sure I help my team. And that's what I did today. If you clearly saw, I used a bit of my body to make sure, because we were 50-50, me and her, and I used my body a bit and focus on the ball just to score.
All right, Paul.
Hola, Rudy, 10 a.m. I've been talking with Albertin about having the right mentality. This is for both. As a player, what's been working for you guys as a goalkeeper? And congratulations for your goal, and the moment that you scored, you go celebrate with your friends. How important was that for you?
Like I said, this goal has built my confidence. Going like 5 games without scoring as a striker, that's enough. Because even if I was a coach also, I would be like, she's not scoring, what's going on? Let me try to find someone to replace her, And as a striker, we have that pressure whereby I'm not scoring and your friends are scoring, and you're like, any day, anytime, coaches can change their mind and say, let me play this one. And every time they give you a chance, you don't score. But now, like, I've scored, and I'm looking forward to score more and also assist more goals. Like, this has relieved me from that little pressure I had, even although like pressure is not my thing, but like sometimes you just sit down and think. Every time when the game is done, you didn't score or assist, you'll be like, my job is at least,
I think going off that though, Rudy, she's created so many chances for us, and this is a team sport, and we know it was just a matter of time before she got one in the back of the net, and I'm sure it'll be a chain reaction, and there's many more to follow, but that's why you play a team sport. She's created a lot for us, and super pumped for her to get one in tonight.
Thank you.
And what has been the key to have that consistency this week in the game? How is that working for you guys?
I think going in, we had a game plan, executing that, but also just carrying the momentum from our last game in North Carolina, just continuing to build on it, see where we needed to make a few adjustments, but then just continue to build on that, and especially being home in front of our fans, they really are that 12th man, so there's no better feeling than playing at home and continuing that momentum off the last game as well.
And I think believing in one another and being there for each other, like the communication also helps, because it's not easy, That's why she said, it's a team sport whereby we need to communicate. I don't have eyes behind, but they are behind me. They are my eyes. I can see in front, so they'll be telling me what to do. So, yeah, communication also helps.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Hi, Tamara Griffin with The Athletic. 2 very different questions for each of you. Jordan, can you just talk about how you've developed such a confidence with your feet in particular? There was a point toward the end of the game where I had to remind myself that you were not a field player because you were just holding the ball for so much longer than keepers typically do, especially in this league. So I'd love to know the background of how you've developed that. And then Racheal, this is only your 2nd season in the league, 2nd year, of course, with Bay. But I look at some of the players that you've been playing alongside in the past few games, players who are newer than you to the league, like Carly, like Taylor, even Caroline, who was with the team last year but is starting to play more now. So you're sort of like a veteran. And I'm just curious how you were sort of guiding the newer players who are new relative to you as you start to build these partnerships with them on the field.
Firstly, like, it's just to understand one another, knowing I was also new to professional soccer before, and like people I found there groomed me very well. That's why I'm here now, and like it's just a matter of helping them and like trying to tell them how it works. Like when they make mistakes, they can also tell me when I make a mistake. And you know, soccer, no one is perfect and no one is the best player. Like that's why we train every day to perfect ourselves, and we should know like we should build that friendship both outside soccer and inside the pitch, because as we are communicating well, it will help us, and that's why we're like trying to get there. It's not easy, I know, but like as time goes on, to get there. Yeah.
Nice to meet you. To answer your question, I think I've had a lot of people help me throughout this journey in my career. And when I first I committed to Iowa State for my goalkeeper coach who was there at the time, and we sat down and it's like, who am I going to be as a goalkeeper? Like, what are my attributes that I can make like my thing? And one thing was playing, like not just being an option in the back, but like being an outlet and being able to play and really being that 11th player on the field. And I'm really grateful here. Like, we work on it all the time in training, but Albertin, Kelly, they have that confidence in me to be that 11th player and play higher. And obviously there's learning moments, there's times maybe to not, but I've had that since college, and my goalkeeper coach in college has really instilled that in me, and it's just continued to grow over the years. I've really played that way in college, and finally getting an opportunity this year, like it's just continuing to grow, and I really like being that 11th player. I like being able to start the attack.
Jordan, just kind of piggybacking on that. How are you feeling now? It's been 6 games in. Like, how do you feel like your season's gone? How do you feel you've maybe grown?
Yeah, I think each game has presented something different, and honestly, every day in practice, each game, I'm surrounded by incredible people that help make me better, but I just want to get 1% better, finding little things, and I think as the games have gone, I've grown in confidence. My team has also instilled a lot of confidence in me, so I just think every game just continue to get better, you know, learning from the things that didn't maybe go so well, but also, okay, what are things I'm doing while I continue to grow on, and just continuing to find ways to manipulate the opponent with the ball at my feet or in the hands. So.
Okay. Congratulations on the point lead. Tomorrow for you, College Bay Area Sports Wrap. Question for each of you. First, Jordan. 6 games in, you were able to see the ball really well, especially in tonight's game, even on the one big save that you made. But still, there was other times when it seemed like the game slowed down for you. Is that how you're feeling now after about 6 games?
100%. I think each game you get more comfortable learning this environment, learning the opponent you play. So for me, just like you said, continue to get better each game and just growing in confidence and comfortability on the ball. And yeah.
And Racheal, you mentioned to me last year, you don't need much space to be able to execute what you want to do with the ball. How much space did you actually have before you shot the ball when the defense was closing in on you?
I think that one, there was too much space. But knowing the league and knowing the players in this league, like, you don't need to relax when you see that you have big space, because everyone is running, just come to defend that ball. And there are so many times where I've lost the ball, but I'm trying to take that space and try to go closer to the goal, and then I just lose the ball. So like, today I was just, in my mind was just like one thing, just to shoot and make sure it goes behind the net, and that's what I did. And when I walked in this afternoon, I was just like, with a high spirit of saying I'm scoring. I was just like, and everybody was surprised in the dressing room, like, what did you get this mood? Today you're just like something else, and I'm like, I know tonight is going to be a great night, and I was just like having fun,
Very nice, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, any more questions for these two? Right? So,
Watching you all of last year and then seeing where you are this year, it seemed to me, and we've talked about it amongst ourselves here, that before Olympics, after Olympics, your game changed. You became more cutting in early, trying to find the shot or the pass and making them have to make a decision. Your defense became immensely more dominant. More when you're pressing, people aren't wanting to try to dribble off you. They're wanting that ball off their foot. Is there something that changed for you in that Olympic time, or is there just a commitment you made? Because there's definitely a difference in your game. So what happened there?
I think beginning of the season, I was doubting myself a bit, and like I had to put pressure on myself. And like after I went to the Olympics, I had so many times staying in my room after training, doing nothing, maybe just being on my phone. But I took more time watching the games and trying to see where I should improve and what I should do. And I realized that I wasn't playing my game. And I was like, let me step up and be the person that I am. And everybody just play, every moment I play my game. Because if I play my game, I feel like I'm always on the level where the team wants me to be. So that's the step I took. So I had to like just build confidence for myself and step up.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
And then, you know, this is your you know, your first experience in this team at this level. But you know, you've got really right now statistically 2 of the best center backs in front of you in the league right now. How much is that helping you, and how much are you guys feeding off of each other to keep these scores down to, you know, the bare minimum, so that you always have a chance at points?
Yeah, it's absolutely incredible getting to play with Abby and Jill, and honestly the whole team. Everyone works their butt off defensively. Like, everyone defends every moment, and they make my life easy. I think in the last game in North Carolina, there was only 1 shot on target. I mean, that's major kudos to them. People are putting the work in. It's incredible. Like I said, each game just continue to grow, know each other a little better, and I'm really excited.
All right. Any other questions? That's it for these 2. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
All right. Oh.